What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to a new video. So at the end of June, I was very lucky to be able to take a trip out to Southern California, centered around the Reptile Super Show. But after the show, I was lucky enough to get to visit California's Zoological Supply, better known as Cal Zoo, one of the most storied importers in the history of our industry. It was really cool to see the facility, not only from a historical standpoint, but also to see the animals that they currently had. I was able to get to know the owner, Ty, a bit, talk to him about his business, learn some of the history, and see some of their amazing animals. So stay tuned for the video. I know you guys are going to like it.
Okay, so this is an orange-eyed crocodile skink. These are from Indonesia. They've got the heavy armor plating right here. They're like a cooler environment, woodland. And then this is a wide-eyed. Why they call it a wide-eyed, I don't really know, because it's more of a black eye. But if you can see them, the only difference is the eye.
So is there a difference in where they come from in the wild?
No, they're in the same area.
Okay.
Yeah, they're from the same areas in Indonesia.
Interesting.
So when they're babies, sometimes you don't know what it is because the eye color hasn't developed yet.
Okay.
You can get a really close up there of the eye.
Yeah,
they're really beautiful.
Such an iconic looking reptile.
Definitely. They're very popular, but we don't get them that often.
Okay.
And this one might be gravid. Oh no. No, looks like a boy.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things that you see and then feels like kind of disappears for a while and then they pop back up. You're like, oh wow, you forget how cool they are kind of by not seeing them for a period of time.
Exactly, because they'll go fast.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a bit about the operation. You know, for a lot of people who have been involved in herpetoculture for a long time, they know the name Cal Zoo, but for a lot of the newer people in the hobby, you know, it's something that they might not be aware of. So tell me a bit about the history of your business.
So we're an old school company. We've been around since 1977, believe it or not. And we only sell to retail stores, public aquariums, and we've dealt with probably all the major zoos in the United States. Okay. We've got a really good reputation with them. We have no name in our building because we're strictly wholesale. And for those of you that know Zoomed started in this building. So our operation is split here all the way back, and Zoomed actually started in the back. So Gary was my old partner.
Okay.
So we've been going almost, 48 years now. So 2 more years, we hit the big 5-0.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. You know, I think a lot of people don't understand a lot of some of the history of this industry, just how deep some of these roots are. So stories like that are always super fascinating to me. I love hearing about where this industry started and kind of to where it is now.
If you look back at the history of a lot of morphs, we started them. So we had the first, when caiman were legal in California, we had the first albino caiman. We had the first albino boa constrictors. And believe it or not, we started the ball python morph trend because we had the first spider.
Oh, ever. Wow.
And that was before anybody knew it was codominant. So that one snake is what started it all. And we had the first pied. Pied ball pythons. A lot of the stuff back in the day originally came from us, but on the download.
I mean, what does that feel like to open that shipment up and see that animal that looks nothing like anything you've ever seen before?
Oh, it's awesome. It's great when we have something different. We know it's coming, but I tell you, every time we get a shipment, it's like Christmas. I've been doing this forever, and I've never once not wanted to go to work because it's like Christmas every day when we get a shipment in. The passion is just there for the reptiles.
That's amazing. I mean,
makes it fun.
That's what all of us should strive for 50 years into this, you know, with that same passion as we had on day one. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's not work. And by the fact that, at the end of the day, we can all make a living of it is even better, but it's actually not the driving force. It's just the passion for the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. Well, let's take a look at some other of your amazing animals there.
It's an Arctic super anaconda, western hognose. Probably over the last 10 years, the morphs are just unstoppable. It's like every year there's something new coming out and they're gorgeous.
Yeah, these are definitely become quite the popular snake. For good reason too. They make tremendous pets. I've always really loved the anacondas. They're very, very interesting animals.
So that's an Arctic anaconda, and then we've got here. This is a toffee. I don't know who comes up with all these names.
I can see why.
Yeah. Flaring up his neck a little bit.
Beautiful.
So these are all over a year old. This one's over a year old. This one is probably a year. Oh, that's probably a year old also. And then here, this is another one. This is now albino super anaconda.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Very, very
So
popular now.
vibrant.
My day was just a basic Western, and then
Sure.
now it's like crazy.
It has exploded.
For sure. And this is just a regular one. And then they're coming out het this and het that. And depending on what it's het for, it really determines the value also.
For sure. Yeah, they're great snakes.
Every time they shed, they're prettier and prettier.
Yeah, definitely a very underrated, really unrecognized colubrid. The speckled racers, people don't even really know they exist. One of the most unique colubrid species. One that you don't really get to see in person all that often either. They're absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous snakes. Just the depth of color on each individual scale, if you really look so closely, is super cool.
And they're fast once they get.
Oh yeah, they've earned that name racer, that is for sure. All right, so what are we looking at here?
These are ornate mountain horn lizards. This is Mr. Feisty here.
Yeah, apparently.
These are from Vietnam.
Is this a full-size example
This
of
is
these
full,
guys?
yeah, of this species.
Okay.
The normal one will probably get double this size,
Okay.
and they're going to have more distinct horns.
Is there a geographical difference between the normal ones? And
No,
these
they're
guys?
both from Vietnam.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
let's see the difference on them.
Yeah, you were telling me about how variable they
Yeah.
are. That
Bite-
is super
bite me.
interesting.
Yeah, that one wants to bite for sure.
No, I'm trying to stick my finger so he doesn't.
But they
grab
make a
me.
nice woodland setup.
Cool. It's always cool to have a species that has such natural variability where you don't even necessarily need morphs or anything in order to have animals that look vastly different from one another within the same species.
Look at that orange
Definitely.
on them.
Yeah, so cool. All right, we have a cameo from Pandas Fauna with his phone out like a professional. All right, here's Pandas Fauna here at Calzee. What we got here, Alex?
This is a painted Agama or a clown Agama. These guys are pretty cool. They're very similar to bearded dragons. They have really bold personalities. Pretty much every single one of them is different, alongside of just being really chill animals. They have very similar care towards a bearded dragon. Not
Okay.
really commonly kept, but really cool lizard nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Kind of looks like a more athletic, more wild-looking version of what we currently have of bearded dragons in the United States.
Right. Like a bearded dragon Eurymastix hybrid.
Yeah, that's
Those
a good way
really
to
cool,
describe
like
it.
saddle scales.
Absolutely beautiful.
So here's just another example of variability within the species. This animal has really nice orange bars. And
Yeah.
This one has more of a bearded dragon looking appearance.
Is the head difference just an age thing, or is there a sexual dimorphism aspect?
There's a
to
bit
it?
of a sexual dimorphism to it. They have big
Okay.
blocky heads too, but this guy's more like of a bearded dragon head shape.
Sure. Yeah, it's really cool. That kind of more streamlined
Right.
head shape. Very cool. All right, so now what are we taking a look
So
at?
this is a painted giant Agama. This is a boy. You can see all his colors starting to come through. These are from Vietnam. And they get big. They'll get about 18 inches, and the bigger they get, the prettier they get.
Okay. And is there sexual dimorphism in their coloration at all?
Yeah, the boys have all the color.
Okay.
Yeah. You can
Very
see, like,
cool.
see all the colors coming through.
Yeah, that yellow tail
All the
too.
spotting on the bellies, the red. So once, if we have small ones with no color, they don't go for as much money. But once they start coloring, the price starts going up. When you have full
Okay.
color, they're double the price of what one this size is.
That makes sense.
But they're gorgeous. And they're
Yeah.
really mellow too.
That's awesome. Definitely a very underappreciated species that, you know, I would assume could be really popular in the pet hobby if it was, you know, more recognized in your typical bearded dragons, etc. Not that there's
Definitely.
anything wrong with those, but definitely always cool to have some variety like these amazing animals
You'll
right
find
here.
these in more of the hardcore reptile stores because they appreciate these.
Absolutely.
So these are pink belly swifts, a very inexpensive beginner lizard from Nicaragua. This is the female. You can see her belly. No color. A little bit smaller. Some color like right here. This is a boy. Look how beautiful.
Wow.
Plus they get their name, pink belly swift.
Yeah.
So just the boys have the colors. Very inexpensive. Retail like $20, $22.
Their back pattern isn't all that bad either. They're
Yeah,
really
like
pretty
see
little
right here.
lizards.
Nice striping on the boys. Definitely underrated.
100%.
Yeah. Just eat crickets. Dryer setup.
Okay. Beautiful.
You see the head. The head's. I mean, this is bigger, but the head is wider too on the boys.
Sure. Yeah, you can definitely see that.
All right, everyone, thank you for checking out that video. If If you like it, please subscribe here to the YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell. I drop a new video every single Friday here on the channel. If you are a pet store and are looking for a supplier, definitely contact Cal Zoo. They do only supply pet stores. For me, you can find me on Instagram at Scrub Shepherd, Stephen Cush on Facebook, Cush Reptile on Morph Market, and I have a podcast every Wednesday night on the Trap Talk Reptile Network called Cush's Corner. And of course, I drop a new video here every Friday, like I said. So with all that said, thank you guys for checking out the video, and I'll catch you all back here next week for a new one.